Hey guys, welcome to this trailer of working with a Fed team with Nile. Yeah, it will be short. My name is Evgeny. I'm 3 years at Wix. Most of this time I spent in data tools team and just recently moved to the Wix brand team. And in both of my teams, we work with Nile as a front-end developers. And I just want to share with you a few of my insights through this journey. So first thing first, why at all do we need Nile in a Fed team? And what is Nile? For those of you who are not backend developers, I'll start shortly about what is Nile. And very simply, Nile is a tool set for backend developers at Wix, which consists of many frameworks that work together and help build backend services. It's API based, and I'll give you a short example of the flow, how you build such a service, just to have a little bit taste of it. You define your API in an implementation agnostic way. In Wix we use protocol buffers to define it. Then you can generate service from those definitions, like actual Scala code, and then with small adjustments for your specific needs, you're ready to go actually. You get CRUD out of the box plus a bit more without any of overhead that you can have it in any other places. Why do we need it in Fed team? So actually we are not classic Fed team, we're kind of an edge case. In data tools, we build internal tools for data consumers in Wix, and we own our services. We don't have dedicated backend developers for it. And in our use case, we need just plain CRUD services in most of the cases with small edges. And we had some big rewrite that we went through, and our regular way of working with Node.js platform was deprecated. So we came to a conclusion that we can use Nile. A little bit on how it was and what I learned from it and what could be useful for everyone in this room. So it was a bit challenging on one place and less challenging on other places. First of all, onboarding the whole team, it was not easy. And being really good on a lot of stuff, it's kind of hard. You can be very good in one specific language, but you can't be very good in a few. But for our use case, it was great that you can get a lot of with a little of knowledge relatively. And it takes time. It took us like a month for our first service. Further on, it was easier. But we have a very good fit of Nile in our use case. Like we get most of the functionality we need out of the box. We have great docs and the platformization guidelines in Wix. And the transition from TypeScript to Scala was relatively easy. Both languages are functional, object-oriented, and the type systems are relatively similar. So it was kind of good for me. I hope that for others also. And I took two things that I think will be relevant to any developer at Wix. And first of all, take your time and learn another language. You will get a lot of benefits from just learning another language, even if you don't use it. You will learn new concepts. Learning Scala got me a bit more functional developer, got me more sharp on those concepts. It's not so hard to start. Like you start, it's fun, it's easy. You don't have to be a professional in another language till you work with it day to day. Understand others' code. Just if you are a front-end developer, you can look at the code of your backend and understand how stuff works. And vice versa. If you are a backend developer, you can take a look at your front-end code if you know a bit of JavaScript. More tools for day-to-day. Like I use Python for some utilities. I'm not proficient on Python, but you can do a lot, especially with AI help. and get faster with your day-to-day tasks. And the second, the less obvious one that I took for myself is platformization guidelines. We have something very, very cool in Wix, and it's documentation on how to write API in the correct way, and it's completely implementation agnostic. You don't need to care on how you implement it. You can learn how to do it right. Especially when you focus on interface and not on the implementation, it's a very powerful mindset. And it will help you to build better APIs if you need. And all we need some APIs to build during our work. And also it can help you to understand how Wix works. Like a lot of decisions are described there. So those are two things that I think anyone can take from our journey. And never stop learning. If you have any question, you are welcome to talk with me. Thank you very much. Have a great day.